Good evening, everyone. Happy Friday. I hope everybody's staying warm today. Oh, can't post some messages on some channels. Not sure what that is for. Why? Okay. Reply. Okay. All right. Not sure. Ready. That's fine. I hope everyone's having a great day. Just kind of double checking, make sure everything is good to go. Okay. Hi, Brandon. How are you? Okay. Sorry, I was just checking. Hi, Kelly. Oh, shoot. I just turned my TV off, you guys. That's not what I meant to do. Let me turn it back on. It is Happy Friday. I'm going to let some people get in here. I just kind of made a few posts. I do, Pam. I have a story behind this, but I'm going to let people kind of join in first before and I just turned my TV off so I can watch my screen. So I'm going to turn that back on quick so I can make sure the delay is. Hi, Sean. How are you? Yeah, no, Walter knows because he texted me earlier about being warm when I was texting some of the team leaders about the cold today. Hi, Mama. Hi, Luann. To say some other highs here. Hi, Karen. Okay, so my mama knows the story about the sweater, but I'm going to stand up and show it to you. So I am good. So here's my sweater. It's a guy hunting with his dog. And then there's, some pheasants. And then this is a wool sweater. Here's the back. I'm going to be full disclosure. I'm going to take this off because it is hot and I cannot craft in it. However, I wore this all day. This was my dad's sweater. His mother made it for him and she knitted it for him. And one of his brothers has one. And it was one thing I always wanted from him. And today was so cold. It was -17 this morning. So I wore that to be warm and I was so warm all day. Oh, thank you. Try to help and give each side a thumbs up. You're awesome. I appreciate that. Hi, Jamie. I want to do one other quick shout out before we get started with everything. I will make sure I get this up on the fan club page, but one of our team members reached out to us and she has just started a YouTube channel. She does not have a lot of subscribers yet. She's hoping to do some videos. She's been trying to do some shorts, and that is our Miss Jill. So I am going to go ahead. It is like the duck game. Hi, Sandy, and share her link so that if you guys want to go in and give her some thumbs up, posts and stuff like that. She has not done any lives or anything, but she talked to me about it today, and I told her I'd try to get her a few likes. So I wanted to share her out there today. I know Pam, those of you, Pam's on the design team, Sandy, Sean, Walter, if you pop in, you guys are welcome to share your channels, of course, in the chat. And I do need to get a post up on, I will try and see if I can do that over the weekend on our community page on the YouTube channel. So you can get the links to all of our design team's channels. Thanks, Luann. It is like such a thing. I wanted the sweater and he would not give it to me. And this is the best part, is that I thought there was only 2 of these sweaters in the world. And the weekend I asked my dad for this sweater and he told me no. I came home and I went in our local grocery store and there was a lady wearing this sweater in a women's. I didn't know her. I went out to the car and I sat there and I almost went back up inside and asked her where she got that sweater because it was the exact same sweater, but I knew somebody had to have made it. So, oh, Jay, yes, they are live. Thank you. Yeah, I love going live versus pre-recorded too, just because it's just the editing is not okay. Anyway, we've got some stuff to do. Any affiliate links I have down below, or any links down below are affiliate links. That just means if you place an order using one of those links, I get a credit for that order and you get a small discount. Now, there was a quick promo. I don't know if Penny's going to be in here tonight, but if you go, I'm going to go make sure I pull it right from the store. Christopher has a discount of 20% off your entire purchase if you use the code SNOWDAY, SNOWDAY at checkout. It's only good until the 25th or for the first 100 people who use that code. So I wanted to shout that out to you guys today. So that way you guys can do that. And then the other thing we have tonight, Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm surviving. I don't know if Sean is up there. I know it's just as cold. I'm going to switch over to my desk. We are going to be using the Stamp Club, but I did grab a Stamp Club Plus tonight. This is the Stamp Club. If you do Stamp Club Plus, you get a little exclusive sparkle overlay pack. We're going to use this tonight. And we're going to use the stencil of the month, Heart Flips, tonight. And my camera is really low. I'm going to move that up just a hair. Hope that's okay, you guys. And I'm going to apologize for any bright lights because I just switched my light bulbs over. Okay, that's better. Now, if you place any order from now until Monday night, that's a shippable order. At $5 or more, you get this amazing ribbon, as well as Valentine's ribbon. So we'll be using that tonight. And then I just pulled in a few other things. So let's get started. First thing I wanted to show is those of you guys, if there is the SVG files, I did link that down below. And I wanted to show you, this is how I do mine. I stamp mine out. I use my negative, and then I put my little pieces in and I stamp them down, and I do multiple. So I do have a video, an SVG video on our YouTube channel that says that if you are interested in that. But I wanted to show you that little hint. I'm going to go ahead and put this away because I already stamped and colored one out, and I have a couple others stamped out. So I don't need to do that tonight. Yeah, it was -17. At lunch, it was like -11. And when I left to come home, it was -8. But I did see it's cold again. So there was a lot of things shut down today. All right, let's get started in here. I grabbed the Gentle Love paper pad and I pulled out a couple sheets of paper. And then I did check because Heather mentioned this die the other day in stock. There is 14 of them all. It's called the Sweethearts Cutting Die. And if that will maybe do that. To use what, Jay? The overlays or what? Use them, you said. Just want to make sure I understand. The sparkle overlays, there's just a couple little samples of these are the new ones from our Perfect Pair release. Yeah, it's pretty cold. I'm in Northeast Iowa, so not too far from Minnesota. But my mom and them, I grew up in Minnesota, so I know how that works. You know, it was funny. Monday was so cold here in town, and there was a couple people posting on social media that, why are kids having school today? It's too cold. And I'm like, what? They shouldn't be on the bus. And I'm like, buses nowadays are so much better than when we went to school. Oh, SVGs. Okay, yes, I love them. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love a good die, but I love SVGs because they take up less space. They cost less money. And last night, I cut and stamped out, I mean, look, in less than 20 minutes. I mean, it took longer look at, I have these all ready to go. So for about an hour's worth of time, I can have a whole plethora of things ready to go. And then I just save them in plastic packaging. Like this is a 4x4 stamp set, like the Theo stamp set. I just cut the top off and I just stick them in there and save them. So, but if you go, like I said, there should be an SVG playlist that has that one on how I use them. Okay, this is very tight. It does. And lining them up, the other thing that I don't always like about, I'm going to take this down. This is such a strong magnet. Is that a lot of times I don't quite get it lined up straight, or it moves and shifts just a tiny bit. And then I did all that coloring. So it's not that I don't like dies. I still like dies. But for me, lining them up with that negative piece like that, I'll show you a little closer. You can line it up so that you can have the edges all the way around. And then I tape this down. A lot of times I'll put double-sided tape in here. And then I stamp and then just I can multiple stamp them. But I will just sit here, and tomorrow that's my plan. I have a crafty day planned, an online crafty day planned with some of the people in the Mustache Creator group, or the Mustache group. Oops, that's upside down. And I'm going to cut and die cut and stamp a bunch of images from this release. I love it, Sean. And I bought myself this handy dandy little, I'll see if I can get a little Lazy Susan. It's a nice big one, and it's black, so it matches my desk and everything. And it's going great. I cut a bunch of stuff out ahead of time. I just have to remember to push the button. You know what, Pam? I can't do that. I'm not good at it that way. If I I know Christopher can do it that way. I can't line them up. But I'm not a straight line kind of girl. All right, I just ran this through because I want to get some pieces ready since I already have my die cut. I hope everyone had a good week. So I am ready for the weekend. I can't believe February is almost here. It's crazy. Yeah, I had that's the only one I could find right now, and I'm really liking it. I just came in. It took me a couple days to get in. I got that, and I ordered a new little tool, Lady Susan, off Amazon, and that is, I love it. I wanted to test it. Because I have one of those big tool ones that you get from that big box store. That's from, which one I'm talking about. That big one that I think in the terms I've heard it say on this channel is Reichels. And it's too big. Oh yeah, well, that's good. You know what, Pam? That's okay too. I mean, perfection is overrated, right? Okay, this one I don't have to worry about getting straight on as much because it's just the heart pattern. Oops, but I do want my dies to be. But yeah, I that other one I have it's a white one, is back. You get all those when they had all those crafty things, and it's too big. So I have a feeling my little sister is gonna love it for her painting supplies. So I'm gonna pass that on. We got lots of cat supervision. Hi, Cordelia. You had Emily of the winter trying to thwart me with -30. Oh, yeah. Ooh, that's not good. Yeah, that's not fun. Being sick is, I had a day where I wasn't feeling the best, and I've had a couple of days where my stomach's been kind of twingy, but fortunately, I haven't been super sick. Uh-oh. Not sure what that means. The dog is barking. He's a little off, but that's because he can't go outside because it's too cold. I had to take him for a ride tonight to get so he could do his business, and he didn't want to, and it was just nuts. So, okay, so I've got this. This is kind of the basic of my little, and I'm going to inlay this little piece here, and this is going to be part of my pattern, and then we'll probably put up another pattern. What kind of desk camera job do I have? I actually am using my iPhone, Jay. I've got an iPhone, and then I have a little just mount that clamps onto my desk with like a gooseneck. Hi, Carol. You're fine. You're good to be late. It's okay. We're still kind of just getting started. I did a little die cutting. This is the Gentle Love paper pad, and I used the Sweet Notes, which was a die of the month a while ago. There's still a few, and look, now I have 2 pieces ready to go. This is some bubblegum cardstock, and what I'm going to do is we're going to take our heart flip stencil. And we're just going to ink blend on there and create some more hearts. I'm going to tape it down now. You finally bought the Brutus Monroe sparkly strip thing to try out. You mean like these things, then the strips? Yeah, they're fun. I have a friend I have to mail a couple to. I promised, and I keep forgetting. So I have them on my desk ready to cut some samples down to mail to her. I am going to go ahead and use some Pixie spray, I think. I was going to heat emboss, but I changed my mind. What's that? Just a little Pixie spray. We're going to just do a little bit of prom queen here. This is the stencil of the month. The heart flips. Super fun. I love the pattern of this because you've got the big hearts, the little hearts, so they're going both directions. So you don't have to necessarily have this be a directional stencil. It goes up north. Yeah, I know that there's some storms coming. you know, some snow coming in places that aren't used to it. I saw a funny meme just tonight before that, that Florida, which is where my eldest lives, my daughter, it says Florida is not participating in winter this year because I think it's one of the only states that is like warm right now, which is probably good because she does not like anything under 60 degrees. So let's see here. I haven't quite figured out where I'm going to put my ribbon yet. I was lucky. My box arrived yesterday afternoon. I was a little nervous that I wasn't going to get everything in time because it decided to go and make a meander to New York. And then it went and decided, because of the holiday, it went to try to go to Sean's house in Minnesota for a while. And it sat there for 2 days. And then it finally showed up on yesterday. So I was really glad about that. Yeah, that would be nice if it holds off. Okay. One other thing I grabbed. Oh, yeah. Jay, the iguanas falling out of trees. Did you hear about the exploding trees? They were talking about that. The exploding trees in northern Minnesota, which just was cracking. So, but yeah, iguanas that do fall out of trees because they hibernate. I grabbed this pink ribbon shimmer mist. I didn't shake it up perfectly, but I shook it up pretty good. And we're going to add a little bit of that to this background too. I'm going to grab my splat box though. It's not quite the same as my ornament gold because my ornament gold just does this fine, beautiful mist. So I'm just shaking that off. Yeah, it's pretty skinny. It's pretty cold here. And so I'm just kind of spritzing it around. Just, you know, sometimes I spritz off to the side like this, and then I kind of spritz just to give it a little bit of fun shimmer. Or I'll spray it off in my garbage can sometimes. So let's move that. I'm going to go ahead and pull this off. And all my little hearts are going to have, I'm going to throw that back in are going to have some fun shimmer. So that's kind of fun. Oh, Pam, if you don't have it, I'm going to tell you, you're going to miss out. It's the best. I can spray it on anything. I like the fact that it has the gold tint, but even when you use it on other colors, it doesn't always look gold. You know, I mean, I think I have 2 of them. They almost told me something about discontinuing it. I was like, no, I won't let you. Or if you're going to, let me know so I can buy like everything that's left in stock. You don't have to joke, of course. All right, let's clean that up. So here we got this little fun pattern. We got to set this aside to dry a little bit. Let's see what else. Oh, while I'm waiting for that to dry, I got to show you guys. Ornamental Golden Powder. Yes, the stencil month is a subscription. It is a subscription, but Jay, you can usually, when you go onto it, and you can do a one-off, which means it just like a one-time buy, but it's on the subscription. Let me go and pull it up so I can look at it here quick. When you go in, well, you used to be able to. No, it's a it is just a subscription. You used to be able to buy it as a one-off, but now it is a subscription. However, you can also go in and order it just this month. And after you place your order, you can go in and cancel if you want to. So that way, if you just wanted that one stencil, or you can wait till next month, and the stencils are usually available too. But I like to order them. If it's one subscription, I always buy. Look what else I got, you guys. So you know what I'm going to be doing this weekend? Videotaping. Got my box all ready, sir. Just waiting for that to dry. So that is, I will tell you, that is the one thing I always purchased was the stencil of the month, because $8, it ships to me, and they're, you know, you can do anything with the stencil. Even if it's not your favorite stencil in the world, you can still do crazy things with it. So I think it's a fun one to have. It's one that I've had since I've been with the Brutus Monroe, to be honest with you. I mean, now I get it obviously too, but I've been getting the stencil of the month. Trust me, I have a lot of them. I love them. Just kind of checking to see how this is. Still a little wet. All right, well, I'm going to show you. I know I did one colored, but I wanted to show you a little bit. I don't think I can zoom in. No, I can't zoom in. It won't let me. Just doing a little bit of quick coloring. I promise this won't take long. I don't, you know, I don't color a lot on camera. Oh, you peeked at them all. It's okay, Pam. I would normally pink at them all, but I like to open them on camera and be surprised. Other than I know which one of them is because I see that. Oh, Jay, yeah. And the thing is, with stencils, the stamp of the month, which is $5, and the stencil of the month, which is $8, is that you can use them over and over and over again. So they're a great price point for that. So I'm using Olo markers. This is the Perfect Blend paper. But I wanted to show you that for me, this is the easiest way when you've got for Olos. Not everyone is a big Olo person. I understand that. I'm going to go in. This is my lighter color that I want to use for this little guy here. And I'm just going to go in where I want where my darker spots are to be on him, which is kind of just this little areas where there's some shadows and things. And I did the lighter of the two colors that I'm going to use. And then I'm going to go back with that darker color because I have found with the Olos, especially if the colors are so far apart, that it is a little bit better to go light to dark. And it will blend a little bit easier, and you won't, what do I want to say? You won't bleed as much as I found sometimes when you go dark to light. Yep, and once you get, if you order a subscription, yes, then you get a discount on other items that are qualify for them with the Brutus Monroe. You get a subscription discount. It doesn't work on everything, but it works on a lot of things, or on the items that it's automatically added to your cart. So that's kind of nice. And so you'll hear Christopher say that. He'll be like, how much is it? And then how much is it with subscription, and sometimes, we go crazy and we have those big sales that have, and you end up getting to use that and then your subscription discount. And then, like, I don't know, I don't want to say Monroe, but when we've had Monroe Madness before, we've had a store-wide sale. You also get that off of that too, which is crazy. So it's a nice thing to have. I feel. And you can always pause it for a month if you need to. You can do that, and you go into your orders and you can manage it and skip a month, if you need to. And then, like I said, you can always cancel at any time. And if you have any issues with it, you can always email orders@brutusmonroe.com, and Heather is great about helping you fix that all up. So I just wanted to show you that I did this. Hi, Irma. That, it blended a little bit better because I did that lighter color than the darker color. Now I'm going to show you kind of the difference. I'm going to go in with this one, which is the C3. This is the one that I want to do my darker color. And I'm going to do that first. And then when I go in with my C0, well, this one wasn't the best one to work. These closes are too close to each other. But I have noticed that sometimes it's a harsher line to do them. So I'm just going to quick finish coloring this guy in. I'm going to color them all in with my light color and then go into dark. So if you're having difficulties, whether it's Copics or if it's the Olos, go in and try coloring what you want to color with your lightest color first. And then go back and try it again and see if that helped your blending a little bit. Color his belly because that's in the shadows. And I'm going to go back and blend that out a little bit. I decided I wanted my koalas to be a couple different colors. And then I took this really dark. Heather is very. It's getting windy here. I guess that's, Pam, we had, the wind that we had here was crazy. We had whiteout conditions and blizzard conditions. Fortunately, most of that was farther away from me. But there were just, I don't know if that was yesterday. Yes, it was yesterday. It was pretty bad in some spots. One of my coworkers has to drive about an hour away. And my boss is like, I think you probably should start going because it's getting kind of bad out there. And he said it was not a fun drive home. I mean, he was fine. It was the closer he got to his home, the worse it was. And it was still daytime. So he was glad he left when he did, because it was so nuts that way. Okay, so we've got a couple of our little guys here. I'm just going to put my markers off to the side so we can we can get a couple cards. 50 codes left. Awesome. Okay, thank you for letting us know. So there's 50. If you have not placed an order and would like to tonight, there are 50 left that you get 20% off your entire purchase using code SNOWDAY at checkout. SNOWDAY. Okay. If the discount code does not work at checkout, all codes have been redeemed. So definitely think about placing that. Is through 125. Thank you for letting me know. I did check before I went to see if it was still working, and it was. Okay, so we've got this. We've got our background. Now, I think we need a little bit of something to kind of break up some of this color a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and grab just a piece of white. This is just some white cardstock. It feels like it's alabaster. And I'm going to just cut this down to make kind of a strip. Let's cut it down to, let's do an inch. An inch and a half-ish. Yeah, an inch and a half-ish. So this is a great time to stock up on some things that you've been thinking about purchasing, because you get that extra 20% off. I was thinking about going in there because I think I might only have one of these pattern pieces of paper, and I really like this paper pad. So, so we're going to inlay this, and I am going to do it a little bit at an angle. We also need to get our ribbon in here. So I've got our little ribbon, and this ribbon's going to play off of our Beat Prom Queen here. So we've got that. Let's pull this in. So what I'm going to do is, don't know, is this too thick? It is. I have some, this is from ThermoWeb. It's very thin tape. And yeah, Heather is very helpful. She knows the store, and she knows how to fix the things. Like if you missed a mistake, or you want to order something, or your subscriptions aren't working, and or she has somebody else at the store, like if she's unavailable at the time, or they look at it together. But she is great at helping you figure those things out, and she's a great enabler, I can tell you that. So I am not quite on her, you got to have 3 of everything. But there are some things that I'm like, you got to have more than one. So I have a couple of different things that I have at least 2 of. I have a couple of different of my favorite embossing powders, because I want to be able, I hope I didn't quite cut that long enough. Okay, maybe we'll wrap it. Maybe we'll wrap it a couple different ways, because I didn't quite cut that long enough. I'm just going to trim it. Like I have my favorite embossing powders. I have one, the ones that I use here, and then I have like Fairy Dust is one of my favorites. I actually have a container of it that I have like a Rubbermaid container of. And then I have the small container that you can take with you, because it is one of my favorites, so that if I go crafting, I don't have to take those big containers. I can just take my little. And then my friend Treasure has a container that you can buy, which mine is in the other side of the room, that you can have to put your embossing powders in. All right, I'm going to cut one more of these down. So ribbons don't have to just be straight. You don't have to just do bows. You don't have to just do ties. This is just going to be a little accent piece around my piece of white paper here. I'm actually going to just stick it down on here like this. Wrap it around. I used a little bit too much, so I'll tear a little bit of this off. So does anyone have fun plans the weekend? Because I know that we've got not bad weather, but winter weather hitting all over the country tonight. I have some crafty plans tomorrow, I hope. Get some videoing of the, so I can start getting the Valentine's Day packages up. Perfect. All right, so we've got that little fun little detail there, and we're going to put this on top of there. Oh, you can't even really see most of it. Maybe we'll move it over a little bit so you can see that little bit. Okay. Let's attach this here. I'm going to run that right down the side of it. I'll attach this to the top and bottom just to bring in a little bit of that extra white. And then I am going to go ahead and put this down. I think I'm going to do it kind of at an angle here a little bit. Let's see. Just because I think sometimes when we do things not at an angle, we don't get them perfect. And then we're like, it's not perfect. So when you do something at an angle, it helps. I know that I have friends getting together for a crafty day, I believe tomorrow, if that is still on. But I can't make it to that one. In person anyway. So I will be crafting in my craft room. Not a big, all my football teams are out, so I'll just, whatever happens for the football. So I'm a big football player. I can't believe football's almost over. So I'll just watch whatever's on and whoever wins. Yeah, that's what I'll be doing, Pam, is playing with the new goodies. I have big plans to be playing and making samples. Okay, my tape is. That's what I want to play with because my box came and I organized it all last night. Got my stamps into their packaging. Got my dies or my stencils cut down and all that good stuff. So I think I'm just going to put this kind of at an angle like this. This kind of reminds me almost of, that's what I figured, Sandy. I didn't want to call you out and say that. I knew that was, I can't make it this time. So you have lots of friends. So one thing I will tell you about this die that I just used, this Sweethearts die, is that when you cut it out, this piece is supposed to go like this, because obviously I cut here, but it actually would work almost this way. It's just a little bit off because it's not 100%. But that's also because I have this upper part. So like, it's awesome to do that. So I just wanted to tell you that. I love this die. I don't use it enough. And I'm glad Heather mentioned it the other day during the live because I'm like, ooh, that's still in stock. I have this. And what I want to show you, I'm going to pull this up closer. So that inlay is real perfect. You've got this little heart that's like an etch in there. And so you'd be surprised how many hearts you'll find in your stash that can actually do another design inside there. And then the other thing that's fun with this one is that you've got all these little, because you can make this, put acetate here and then cut these out. And these are like little, our favorite little candies. So I did want to say that. And see here, I still have a piece left from one where I cut, so I have a window here. So I could actually have done another color just like this and done 3 pieces and almost makes. Thank you. Isis. It's a great sweater. Hi, Irma. I think, did I see an Irma? I know I saw that anyway. Did that. Hope you're staying warm in California there. All right. So we've got our little koalas. I'm going to put these guys down. Oh my gosh. Did that? Oh, it's straight. It just looks weird. Got my little koalas. We're going to pop them up. If I can fold my foam tape. Well, I guess I don't have any small pieces. Yes, I know that's what they are. I just didn't know if that's something that's supposed to be, I don't know if it's a copyrighted thing, the hearts with the letters on them. So I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put these guys down here in this. I'm going to put them up in this little heart. And then I have my little quality. I love spelling quality time with you. And we're going to put that down right in here. And I'm going to glue this flat. And then I am I'm going to, I also took a little bit of time to use some of our glitter stock and cut out a bunch of hearts with a little die. So I'm going to go ahead and add some glue, and we're going to add just some hearts around. It's warm in my house, so it's a little dry. Four, 5, and 6, 7. That looks good to me. And I've got some from the rose gold and the dollhouse and the bubble gum. And I'm just going to grab some different ones. I think I'm going to try to grab some of these. I think the dollhouse, because I think that looks like it matches the best. And just add a little bit of extra. Okay, come on. There's that one, and one more. So there we go. We got our first little card done. I mean, it's got to go into place, but okay, it's okay. You don't have to say it was 81. It's okay that we say 81. I love winter, so I'm okay with the cold. All right, I'm going to put that one aside, and let's start and create something else. So what I'm going to do with this one is grab some alabaster, if I can find it, cardstock. I'm just going to grab a piece of Nacho. I'm going to make a mini slim quick, too. So this is just a piece. You guys know me and my mini slims. I'm going to cut this down to 3.25 by 6. This is not your mama's cardstock. We've got this leftover piece of cardstock that can go, oh, that does not cut straight. Let's cut this down a little bit. Oh, thank you. I think it's fun. I think I love critters. I don't have a ton of critters in my stash so anymore. And I love these fun critters that we got for this one. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this piece down. Oh, I love this pattern here. But we're going to use the pink. My tape is stuck here. And then we're going to go ahead and add some ribbon. But I'm going to be a little bit loosey-goosey with the ribbon this time. Okay, that's not quite. I must have cut that just a little shy. Let's cut that down just a hair. Cut that off just a little bit. And then my ribbon here, which is this is such a pretty color. I love that. If you guys can see that, there's like a, isn't that fun? I think what I'm going to do is we're just going to do, I mean, this is usually, I know you do this with twine a lot, but I'm going to go ahead and just wrap it around 2 or 3 times. I don't have the best scissors for cutting ribbon. Probably should grab my Bruce Monroe scissors there. And I'm just going to grab a double-sided piece of tape and tape it down just like that. So it's kind of a loosey-goosey. It's not perfect. I might pull it a little bit more. Pull my tape up a little bit more. Pull that a little tighter, just so it's a little bit tighter when I glue it down to my card base. So I've just got kind of that ribbon right in the middle. I don't use as much ribbon as we all used to. What was that die again? It is the Sweethearts. Sweethearts cutting die, which is BRU 9361 if you're looking for that. Oh, it's okay. You know what, Carol? It happens sometimes when we do those kind of things. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this piece right down over the top, but I'm going to pop it up because we have that ribbon behind there. And so to give that, I'm just going to add a little bit of foam tape. So that way it fits a little bit nicer and flatter. Let's see, where does that need to go? That looks probably pretty good. Doesn't have to be perfect. I always just cut my foam tape down. It works. And I think I have one little piece over here. That'll work like that to kind of keep it upright. And then that's a little tip if you're using something like ribbon or twine to pop up a piece, or you could always tape on, use some tape runner and add a little extra scrap cardstock behind, and that will give it that little bit of raised so it doesn't, I might have, yeah. And then when I go to put this down, just gonna put it right down the center. There we go. And then that keeps that in there, but it's not really bumpy, if that makes sense. And then for some fun, we are going to take, where is that? Okay, this is super, super messy. So we got to wipe this off quick. I'm going to wipe this off quick. And I'm going to use this because I don't want necessarily to have my pixie spray to be super tacky. Oh, that is squeaky clean. Wipe off our stencil here. Now, if I was going to sit and do this, I might use fairy dust, or not fairy dust, fallen snow glitter glaze. But we're just going to kind of, it's not super tacky. So when I go to set this down, I should be able to heat emboss with this. Just add a little powder. We're just going to kind of lay it on there. This is going to be pretty like, what do I want to call it? Mixed media-y-ish. And my embossing, we're going to add a little bit of that, the embossing powder of the month. It's beautiful. So we're just going to kind of add a little bit. I'm just going to add a few hearts, just a little bit here and there, not making it perfect. Now, I will tell you one thing. The embossing powder of the month, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. However, it is pink. And if it gets on other things like a clear, it will stick. I had a piece of paper. There. So here is the embossing powder of the month. It's called Lip Gloss. Look at how pretty it is. Now, on camera, that does not look, but it is fuchsia hot pink. I love it. It's so pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and add it on. But it is like a red color, so it likes to stick to other color things. So I was heat embossing my swatch dots, or my swatches, and it, oh, is there a little embossing powder there? Nope. And it was sticking to everything. Like I had some clear, and it stuck to that. And I was like, oh no, because of the color. It's like a red color. And that's just, the fact of color of red. But it is a very fun, beautiful color. Let's get this heat embossed. Oh, Pam. Sorry, I don't mean to enable you. Now, the other thing I found is I can show you. This is what it looks like. Now, I did this over pink, and it wasn't quite so like I did it, but this is over a pink cardstock. Now, in person, it looks red, but that's because I have the pink underneath. And so I think it tinted a little bit. And I'm going to keep my heat tool up real good. I'm going to try to heat it from underneath first, just because sometimes that helps keep the embossing powder from blowing off when it has the glitter. Or I'm going to go just a little farther away first and then get closer. This is going to look different because it's on colored cardstock. Oh, you know what? We got a little, I'm glad I noticed that. This is not part of a heart. So let's brush that off before I get that heated. I started to heat that up, so it started to melt a little bit. It's fine. All right. So now on the dark, oh yeah, add to cart, forever friends. So now on the dark cardstock, that's what it looks like. Now when it's just on clear, I have it swatched out. This is what it looks like on the clear. So even though this is like a pinky color, it's got a little bit of red in there. So it's red and pink colored. So this is on the white and this is on the black. But you can kind of see here where I got a little bit on my tinsel. So fortunately, I was very careful about heat embossing it. So that is the embossing powder of the month. So we've got that. We've got our cute little koalas, and they're going to go right smack dab in the middle. Get a little extra adhesive right there. We're going to stick those guys down, and I'm going to pop them up, I think, as well. But before I do that, I'm going to cut out one more heart. We've got some time. These are the sketchy heart dies. I do not know if these are still in stock. Just grab some heart dies from your stash. I'm just going to grab a couple of these hearts and die cut a couple of hearts from some glitter stock here. I've got a piece of dollhouse and a piece of, here, it's a small piece, a dollhouse and a piece of bubble gum. This is the dollhouse. Might not be big enough, but we're going to make it work because I'm going to layer the hearts on top of each other, and we're just using scraps up. So we're going to go ahead and put that down. Actually, let's cut a piece. And I will save this little piece because I can get a little heart or star out of there. I mean, I'm horrible that way. I'm just going to go ahead and put it on. How do I want to do this so that most of it, it's going to be like that. That works for that one. And then this one, I can do the whole thing. Oh, I hear my little puppy downstairs whining. He's probably thinking it's time for ice cream. Because it's that time of night. We usually have our ice cream about this time of night. All right. So you could do a whole heart. These are pattern hearts. So like this one, actually, you know, they're going to have the hearts cut out. So you could layer this on a heart, die cut it out, fussy cut it. You could inlay, do more than one color. I'm going to head and just use them as the sketchy hearts that they are. A vellum heart by Channeled Sandy would be beautiful here, just because that would also pop up just enough. So like, yeah, see, here's this, see this fun sketchy heart. If you have this die, I don't, like I said, if I, hi, Miss Lori. I made a note to watch you, but I wasn't watching your time. Oh man, you're in trouble. That's it. Your paper pad is going in my stash. If you come into town this weekend, let me know. I have your paper pad for you. Lori is a friend of mine, and we are swapping some items that. So we're going to put those little hearts right there in the middle. So like I said, you can use any kind of heart that you want. I'm going to go ahead and use this, and I'm just going to use, I'm going to use liquid glue because I'm sticking them down over the top of that embossing powder. That's why I posted in our local group that I was going live. I forget to do that, and I didn't know if any of the local ladies, you know, that to remind that I'm going live on tonight, especially since I can't come crafting with you guys next weekend. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and stick that down. We're going to stick them right in the center. We're going to stick this one right like this because we're going to kind of cover up that heart up there. And then we're going to stick our little. Okay, if you're in town, yeah, -1 sparkle point. Exactly. If you're in town, just let me know. Swing by or tell me if you're going to the grocery store. I'll meet you there. My friend Lori and I haven't seen each other lately. We've both been so busy, and we ran into each other at our local gas station and our local dollar store this week. So I jokingly told her we needed to run into each other at the grocery store over the weekend because that would be the other place in town, really. And she thought that I thought that was funny, and so did she. All right. But yeah, I have it sitting here. I have an unopened one sitting over here, and I will get that for you. So I love swallowing quality time with you. I am going to put this down here as well. And we're going to add a few hearts. You could add some gems. I'm going to add the hearts. But I think for extra fun, we're going to add the rose gold ones. Okay. And if you don't make it into town, I'll try to stick it in my car. So that way you can stop by me and see me at work in all your spare time. Or tell Julie to stop by and see me, and I'll give it to her. 2, 3, 4, 5. And actually, I think we're going to put 6. We need one more. We'll put it down here. 7. All right. Maybe we'll grab more than that. Let's start with the rose gold ones. Actually, I think I'm going to use one red one, and we're going to stick it right in the middle of their hands. We'll stick a rose gold one here. This rose gold matte stock is stunning. I used it, I cut it out for the first time tonight because I just got it in my box yesterday, and it's so pretty. All right, you guys. There you go. The great part about this is this does not have to be, this can be for a family member. And, if you don't have someone you want to give a heart, it doesn't have to be a Valentine's Day card because it has the I love spelling quality time with you. It can be even for a friend because, I love spending time with my girlfriends. So here is card number 2. Now we use, like I said, the Stamp Club. I didn't use the Stamp Club Plus. I'm sorry, you guys. I meant to do that. Well, we used the Sparkle Overlay last week. We use the embossing powder of the month, and we use the stencil of the month and the stamp of the month. And along with the freebie, if you place an order between now and Monday night of a $5 order, shippable or more, you will get this roll of Valentine's ribbon free added to your cart. Also remember that with code Snow Day, there was a little while ago, there was still 50 codes left, and you get 20% off your entire order. So use that at checkout on the Brutus Monroe store. I do have a link down below. Like I said, that is an affiliate link, which just means if you use that link and go over to the store and place an order, I do get I get credit for that, small little kickback that helps bring some content to you guys. I appreciate that. I hope you guys all had a great time tonight. I will see you next week. I believe next week we are using, quote me wrong, I'm going to use the inspiration box. So thank you guys so much. You have a great time. Sandy, have a great time tomorrow. Say hi to everybody for me. Have fun. I will miss you. Have a great evening. Stay warm. And I will see you guys all next week. All right. Bye now.